そんな顔してるよ。
Welcome back to the misadventures of our resident demon king Anos. Last time he went on a rampage and showed everyone who's boss. And let's be real, with a title like Demon King, who would stand a chance against him? But even a ruler of the underworld needs some love in his life, and Anos is no exception. He's on a mission to build his harem like any good anime protagonist.
魔法はいろいろあるのに、なんで寝坊には効かないのよ。なんで二人で登校してるの。家に行くんだったら教えてくれればよかったのに。
サーシャ、朝が弱いのか。
別にそんなこと。すごく弱い。ミーシャ。なんであなたの家に行くのにあなたが起こしに来るのよ。
俺と同じ魔眼を持っているだけのことはある。
褒めたってごまかされないわ。
サーシャ、以前お前の目が綺麗だと言ったこと、あれは嘘ではないぞ。いいか、俺はお前の目が欲しいと思った。
そ
のどういう意味かわからぬほど子供でもあるまい。
綺麗な目。
お前の方が綺麗だ。性質で汚れがない。
いいわよ。あなたが欲しいならこの目はあげるわ。
ならば約束だ。
約束ね。
I don't disagree. Alright, let's jump back in. At the start of episode 7, Anos shows off his incredible skills as he easily defeats Krut in the arena.
Sir Anos just won!
That's 1 minute on the dot.
But this victory ends up angering Emilia. However, the mood shifts when Lei wins his match, causing excitement to ripple throughout the crowd. As the competitors head backstage, Anos and Lei have a confrontation that catches Anos' attention. Sensing that something is wrong, he keeps an eye on Lei. Later, Anos secures another win in his next match and decides to gift his sword to his mother as a gesture of gratitude. He then heads to the hospital with Misa by his side, where they come face to face with Lei's adoptive mother, Sheila. Sadly, Sheila reveals that Lei is being manipulated by the royalists, which leaves Anos and Misa stunned. To help, Misa volunteers her assistance. Meanwhile, Emilia's fury reaches a boiling point as she launches an attack on Anos' mother and classmates, demanding the sword. However, when Anos arrives on the scene,
Anos, the girls are out!
He uses his powers to freeze Emilia before healing the injured girls and his mother. Furious, he teleports Emilia to the arena, where he inflicts a final blow on her. But his retribution doesn't end there. Anos resurrects Emilia as a hybrid to punish her for her prejudice. As events unfold, Lei intervenes to protect Misa's life force, leading to a heart-to-heart conversation with his adoptive mother, Sheila. She encourages him to live his life on his own terms, and Lei decides to leave before Anos returns. The next day, the two fierce competitors face each other in the finals, ready to prove their worth in a battle that will decide their fate. As the moment of the duel draws near, a sense of anticipation fills the air. Before the battle can begin, however, special rules are implemented that will impact both Lei and Sheila. Despite the draining of his magic, Lei praises Anos for his impressive fighting abilities. Nevertheless, he decides to fight on his own terms, which allows both combatants to go all out in the ensuing clash of titans. In the end, Anos emerges victorious, much to the surprise of the onlookers, but their shock is nothing compared to the revelation that Melheis was the mastermind behind the tournament all along. Anos is then confronted by Melheis, Gaius Anzem, and Idol Anzio, but Lei comes to his aid and takes out Gaius and Idol. When Melheis reveals that he has Sheila captive, Lei is left with no choice but to leave the dimensional prison to save her. Undaunted, a confident Melheis heads to an absolute space where he launches a fierce attack against Anos and Lei. Sheila suddenly transforms into a sword, and Lei uses it to slash through the absolute space, creating a momentary pause in the battle. Anos then confronts a stunned Melheis and frees him from his brainwashing. Returning to the arena, Anos is declared the winner of the tournament, but not before healing Lei and resurrecting Sheila, revealing her true form as a sword. As a commemorative gift, Sasha gives Anos a sword that he will treasure for years to come.
Alright, that's enough. Just take it already.
Before we continue, take a moment to answer the question of the day. Who is the most underrated anime character in your opinion and why? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. Now back to the recap. In the past, Anos had a conversation with Kanon where he expressed his desire to end the ongoing war. However, during their confrontation, Anos was forced to injure Yerga, complicating the situation. In the present, the students are thrilled to learn that they will be attending inter-academy classes in the human realm. During their study hall, Anos, Misha, Sasha, Lei and Misa engage in a training match, showcasing their impressive skills. Later that day, Anos has a meaningful conversation with Melheis, deepening their bond. As a gesture of trust, Anos gifts Lei a sword that belonged to someone he knew, cementing their friendship. Fast forward 3 weeks, and the students embark on their journey to Gyrodite for the inter-academy classes. As the leader, Anos teleports everyone to the city, showcasing his exceptional abilities. Accompanied by Sasha, he makes his way to Hero Academy Arklaniska, where they meet Eleanor Bianca, an intriguing third-year student. With Eleanor as their guide, they embark on a tour of the academy, taking in the impressive sights. However, when Sasha raises questions about Kanon's victory over the Demon King of Tyranny, Anos intervenes, sensing that something is amiss. As Eleanor enlightens them about Yerga Kanon, Anos's doubts grow. Soon after, they encounter 2 students, Ledriano Kanon Azeshin and Laos Kanon Gilfor, who claim to be Kanon's reincarnations. Anos, skeptical of their claims, challenges Laos to a battle, which he easily wins.
I won't stand for this!
That's enough. Just accept that you lost.
At this point, Eleanor drops a bombshell, revealing that Kanon was murdered 2,000 years ago by a human, sending shockwaves throughout the group. As we step inside the Hero Academy, we see Revest Aini, a third-year student, approaching Anos. He confronts Anos about his failure to recognize him as the reincarnated Demon King. On the first day of the inter-academy classes, a demonstration of recreation is held. It is Ledriano, the Hero Academy's representative, who easily performs the task, while Revest struggles to do so. However, Anos soon reveals that the Hero Academy rigged the demonstration. Later that night, Anos receives some new information from Ivis, who had been investigating something. The information is shocking to say the least. The very next day, Anos heads to a festival with Misha and Sasha. During the festival, they see Lei and Misa on a date, which causes a flutter of excitement.
What are you doing with my feet?
The next day marks the beginning of the inter-academy exams at Lake Seimei. When Anos offers to take the exam, Revest suddenly decides that he wants to do it instead. However, during the exam, Revest's team struggles against the Hero Academy students. It is then revealed that the Hero Academy has cheated by mixing holy water in with the lake water to weaken the demons. However, Anos is not one to be beaten so easily. He rescues Revest's team and then uses a spell to evaporate the lake, much to everyone's amazement. Afterward, he challenges the Hero Academy students in a dramatic show of defiance. Get ready for some action-packed storytelling.
You do not sully our ancestors' honor and pride. Second round of the Inter-Academy exam will begin momentarily.
During the next round of the Inter-Academy exams, Anos' team is quick to notice that the Hero Academy students have set up a barrier that seems to be amplifying their power. But Misha, always full of surprises, comes up with a plan to build a castle right in the center of the barrier. And just when they thought things couldn't get any more interesting, Anos comes face to face with Zeshia Kanon Ijaisika, who is believed to be the reincarnation of Kanon. Meanwhile, Sasha and Lei are feeling pretty confident as they challenge and ultimately defeat Laos and Heine Kanon Iorg, respectively, but Anos is taking on an even greater challenge by facing off against Ledriano and Zeshia. To make things more intense, the city itself provides them with energy to help empower them in the fight. However, Anos has a few tricks up his sleeve and counters using the energy of his Unitarian classmates. Just when they think they're in the clear, everyone hears a mysterious voice urging the students to kill the demons. But Anos, always vigilant, tries to warn Zeshia not to unleash a source explosion. But unfortunately his warning falls on deaf ears, and chaos ensues. Later on, Eleanor requests that Anos head to the shrine. Misha heads there as well, only to run into a very angry Diego Kanon Ijaisika, the director of the Hero Academy. But Anos arrives just in time to put a stop to Diego's brainwashing attempts. And when Diego meets his end at the hands of Anos, he and Misha meet up with Eleanor, who drops a bombshell revelation, She is magic. The story of Anos and Eleanor takes a surprising turn when she discloses the origin of her powers, revealing that she was created with a taboo magic spell, making her a unique form of human magic. Anos decides to free Eleanor from her captivity, recognizing the potential for her to save the students at the Human Academy. As they continue their journey, Eleanor opens up to Anos and shares the truth about the creation of the Hero Academy, the students, the voice he previously heard, and even reveals her own existence. Anos is shocked to hear about the death of Canon, but before he can act on it, they are suddenly interrupted by a clone of Diego. Just when they think they're in the clear, 3 of the Elder Demon Emperors appear with a mysterious figure who claims to be Avos.
I am Avo Still Heavier.
This unexpected appearance throws them off guard, and Avos begins to taunt Anos before disappearing. However, it's not long before Avos declares war against humans, leaving Anos and his friends in a state of uncertainty. Determined to fight back against Avos, Anos gathers his remaining allies, including the Elder Demon Emperors, who vow to help him in his fight. As his friends take on Avos' forces, Anos decides to confront him alone, driven by his determination to protect the ones he loves. When the two finally meet, a shocking revelation is made. Lei was actually masquerading as Avos, and he is the reincarnation of Canon. In the midst of an intense battle, Lei finally confesses to Anos the real reason why he rewrote history after his death. This revelation comes as a shock to Anos, who quickly takes up the challenge to fight Lei. Despite Lei's formidable skills, Anos manages to eliminate 6 of his 7 sources. However, Anos surprises everyone by allowing Lei to defeat him, all in a bid to stop the humans' deep-rooted hatred of demons. This decision, however, does not sit well with Diego, who refuses to accept the outcome and orders the Zeshia clones to self-destruct. Eleanor, in an attempt to reason with him, finds herself face to face with Yerga, who arrives in the form of sacred magic. Lei and the fused Misha and Sasha confront him, but Yerga is intent on having the clones self-destruct once again. It is then that Anos steps in, determined to stop Yerga at all costs. However, Yerga is not one to back down easily. He decides to forcibly drain the hope of the city in order to transform, leaving Anos and his friends with no choice but to rally together and face him head-on. Anos tells Yerga that the world is at peace now, but the latter refuses to believe it, leading to a fierce showdown. In the end, Lei and Anos cut down Yerga, but not before Anos reincarnates him. After the intense battle, Anos reunites with Misha and Sasha, while Lei reunites with Misa. Eleanor becomes Anos' magic, a fitting tribute to her unwavering loyalty. With the fight behind them, everyone heads back home to the Demon Realm. That's it for Season 1 of the Misfit of Demon Academy. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome anime recaps like this one.